Welcome to day one of Spring 40 2022. So this first video is fairly vigorous, so take your time, go very slow. If anything hurts, come out of the posture slowly, message me for an alternative if I don't show you one. Modifications are wonderful. So turn your mat so that the short edge is facing the camera. I'm going to have mine wide so you can see me better. And come to sitting, cross your legs, but instead of crisscross applesauce completely, let your right leg be on the floor in front of your left. So sit up tall with your head over your heart and your heart over your hips, and let your hands be comfortably open. Come to stillness. Commit to staying on your mat for the duration of the practice. Know that the last 5 minutes, I'm going to do a reading while you're in Shavasana. Hopefully you can stay for all of that, but just know that that's there on the end. So sit up tall, let your eyes soften or close. Close your lips. Breathe deeply in through your nose, 3 to 4 seconds. Exhale out nose, 3 to 4 seconds. Inhale through nose, sit up a little taller as you inhale deeply. Exhale out nose, feel your belly button come up and in to compress out all of the air as you exhale completely. One more inhale through nose, sit up a little taller. Exhale out nose, press your hip bones into the mat. Exhale completely. And let your eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, let them float down, fingertips tented on each side of your body. Take a big inhale, reach your right arm up tall. Exhale over to the left, soften through your shoulder, engage through your bicep and tricep, turn your palm downward, come to your breath, inhale through nose, exhale out nose, long through the right side of the body, heart open, right hip bone pressing into your mat. Don't hold your breath. On your next inhale, reach up. Exhale, let your finger float down. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, over to the right, long through the left side of your body. Heart spirals open, palm and fingertips turn downward. Your gaze can be towards your fingers or wherever's comfortable for your neck. Close your lips. Inhale through nose. Exhale out nose. Inhale, reach a little longer. Exhale, let your fingertips float down. Bring your fingers in front of you. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk your fingertips out long, feeling your hip bones, your sitting bones pressing into your mat. Pause there when you get to just that juicy stretch in your hips. Take a few breaths, lips closed. Maybe you come to your Ujjayi breath, the sound of the ocean as you breathe in and out your nose. After a couple of breaths, maybe you rest a little further, forearms down, maybe even your head to the mat. On your next inhale, begin to walk your fingertips back in close, sitting up tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let your fingertips float down and change legs. Bring your left leg in front. Legs are long, hips open wide. You can be sitting on a block or a mat if that helps your hips to feel a little more open and you feel a little more stable. Inhale, reach, arm up tall, right arm. Exhale, over toward the left. Pause there. Remember your heart open, collarbone broad. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach up other side. Exhale, over. Hip bones pressing down, heart open. Remember that energy through your fingertips. Strong arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Bring your fingertips out in front. Take an inhale, stretch your spine and crown long toward the ceiling, and then on your exhale, slowly walk your fingertips out to the front. Hip bones pressing down into the mat. Come back to your breath. 3 to 4 second inhales through nose. 3 to 4 second exhale out nose. Pressing your hips down into the mat. Deep breaths, emptying your lungs fully and completely every time. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands back in, slowly sit up. Now we're going to go over onto our knees so you can send your legs around to the side. You can stay facing the short end of your mat. I'm going to turn so that you can see me better. Curl your toes under, press your palms down into the mat. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, lift your hips up tall into downward facing dog. Begin pedaling out your feet. Maybe pressing one heel, then the other into the mat. Stretching your spine long, softening through your shoulders. Coming back to your breath. Inhale through nose. Exhale out nose. And then come to stillness. Inhale, press away. Press your knuckles into the mat, palms pressing down. 2, spine gets long, hips lift tall. 3, check to make sure your shoulders are soft in the sockets, arm bones rotated outwards. 4, heels press down to the mat, soft neck. Release your neck here. 1 more breath. On your inhale, look to your hands, and on your exhale, walk your feet up to meet hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through your feet, squeeze your belly, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart center and down by your side. Stand with your feet about hip width apart. On your next inhale, send your hips back, lower your hips, reach your fingertips toward the sky. Turn your palms inward, fingertips with energy. Tuck your tailbone down toward the mat. Glance down. Can you see your toes? If not, send your hips back a little further. If it's too hard on your knees, come up. Otherwise, sink down. 3 more breaths. In through nose, out through nose. Squeezing through your belly, softening through your shoulders and face. Take another inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit down in your chair, lower your fingers. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, send your hips back. Don't let your knees go forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down. Warming up here. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, rise up. Last one, sink down. Pause there. Open your arms into goddess. 90-degree right ankles, goalpost arms. Tuck your tailbone under. Pull your belly button up and in. Open broadly through your chest. 3 more deep breaths. In through nose. 3 seconds in. 3 seconds out. On your next inhale, reach up, stand up tall. Exhale, palms to heart center. Turn your toes out to each side of the mat. We're going to do some yogi squats. So I'm going to face forward, but you can stay facing me. Feet are wide with toes turned out. We're going to lower all the way to yogi squat. Feel free to put your hands down as we lower to take pressure off your knees if you need to. Inhale tall. Exhale slowly. Lower all the way down. So to come back up, I'm going to rise straight up, but you can put a little hand, shift your Weight into your hands if you need to lift your hips, then rise up. The next one, I'm going to come straight up. Take a big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down into your yogi squat. Pause there for a breath. On your next inhale, press through your feet, squeeze your belly, rise all the way up. Pause there for a breath. Take another inhale. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly lower into your yogi squat. You also don't have to come all the way down if you don't want to, if your knees are balking. On your next inhale, press through your feet, rise all the way up. Stay there for an exhale. One more and we'll pause in yogi squat. Inhale tall through the spine, exhale lower all the way down. Nice, make sure your heels are on the ground. If they're not, you need to put a towel or something under the edge or rise back up till your heels can rest. Pause here, open, pressing your elbows against your knees to open up a little more through your hips. Spine is tall toward the ceiling, chin tucked a little, reaching up. Pause here, 3 more breaths. Nice. On your next inhale, press through your feet. Again, you can shift forward to lift your hips if you need to. On your inhale, press through your feet, rise all the way up. Nice. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, fingertips rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, fingertips slide up, crown reaches long, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back. Lower your right heel. Hips facing the front. Squeeze your belly. Inhale, rise all the way up. Warrior 2. So here we are. Left leg in front with left knee over left ankle. Hugging that knee outward so that it stays directly over your ankle to keep it safe. Torso directly over hips. Arms reaching wide with energy. Engage through your biceps and triceps. Fingers strong, close together. Look over your left middle finger. Take an inhale. Exhale, settle down another inch if you like. On your next inhale, reach up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, up and over toward the back. Big reverse warrior. Pressing through your back, pinky edge of your right foot. Don't let your knee roll in. Press that pinky edge down into the mat. Now on your next inhale, straighten your front leg and reach back a little more for that big stretch up your left side. Pressing through both feet, squeezing your belly in. Reverse triangle. Inhale. Release your hands and go back to warrior 2. Pause here. On your next inhale, let your back arm, your right arm, sweep to the front. Turn your hips a little more to the front for warrior 1. Your back toes may turn in a little. So your right toes are directly toward the front of the mat with your left knee. Your left toes are toward the front of the mat with your left knee over your left heel. Right foot pressing into the mat with your right pinky edge really rolled back so that it's pressing down. Hips toward the front, shoulders toward the front. Warrior 1. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower your arms. Bring your right arm under your left for eagle arms. If you can't reach, just hold on to your shoulders. So inhale, press your elbows together, your hands together, still pressing through your feet. Take a big inhale, lift up. Reverse warrior with eagle arms. Another inhale. Exhale, lower your elbows toward your knee. On your inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, lower. Nice. Release your hands. down to the inside of your left foot and walk your fingertips over to the right. Take a big inhale, half lift, spine long. Exhale, forward fold with wide legs. Bring the crown of your head to the mat. Walk your fingertips back. Your palms can be flat. Shoulders soft away from the ears. Sacrum lifting up tall. Belly button pulled up and in, making a little more room. Take a couple more breaths. Nice. Now, walk your fingertips back under your shoulders. Take an inhale. And then exhale, walk your fingertips back toward the front of your mat. Now your hands are on the inside of your leg. Both hands. Your back heel is lifted, and we're in a version of lizard. So walk your left foot a little more toward the edge of the mat. Turn your left toes out about 30 degrees. And you can pause right here in your lizard. Option to lower your knee if it feels better to you. Or keep it up. Pause here. 3 nice deep breaths in lizard. Feeling this nice stretch through your right hip flexor. And after you've had a couple of breaths, maybe you lower your forearms to the earth, or maybe you stay where you are. Soften through your shoulders, soften through your neck, soften through your face. It's a big hip opener. One of my favorites. Now, whenever you're ready, we're going to come back to this later, don't worry. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Walk your foot back more toward the middle of the mat. Bring your left arm to the outside so your feet are framed by your hands. Keep walking your heel over toward the right side of your mat. So now your hands are in front of your calf. Begin to lower your knee down to the earth. So we're headed toward pigeon. So your back right thigh is still turned directly down. This heel in an ideal world would be parallel to the front of the mat, but for most of us, our knees don't work like that. So your heel may need to come backward towards your thigh. It doesn't matter. The point is, your whole shin is on the mat. If you know this doesn't work for you, go ahead and turn on your back. Cross your left over your right for a figure 4. Everyone else, begin to lower down. You can kind of walk your back knee backwards till you feel that stretch in the left hip. Wherever you are, your left leg is directly behind you. Take a little glance. Make sure the top of your knee and thigh are directly on the mat. And we're in half pigeon. Deep breaths here. Option to stay just like this, or come down onto your elbows. Pause here for a few breaths. I love a good pigeon, and I like to stay in it for a little while. Again, you can lie on your back, cross your left ankle over your right knee, lift your right foot, and hold on around your thigh for the same stretch. Sometimes that works better for your knee. Option to lower further down if you like, or stay where you are. Your head can come on your hands like a pillow or directly onto your mat. Wherever you are, come back to your breath. Stay in the moment. Send away those fleeting thoughts of your to-do list. Let them go. Stay with me. And then whenever you're ready, bring your hands back under your shoulders and press back up. The way we're going to come out of this is to shift over onto your left hip. Bring your right leg around from behind and cross it over your left. So I'm going to face you again. So your left knee is on the bottom, your right knee is crossed on the top. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right and lower your arms for your seated twist. Inhale, sits you up. Exhale, twist you more to the right. Deep breath. Right foot pressing into the mat. Chin level. Deep breath. On your next inhale, reach up. Let's take the counter twist to the left, lower. Pause there. Nice release in your lower back. Inhale back to center and let your fingertips float down. From here, uncross your legs and come back onto your hands and knees. Curl your toes under on an inhale and table. Exhale, lift your hips tall for downward facing dog. Stay there for one breath, lifting your hips tall, getting a nice stretch, softening through your shoulders. On your next inhale, look to your hands, bend your knees, and on your exhale, step forward. Feet meet hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart center and down by your side. Find your position, press through your face, engage through your thighs, pull your belly button up and in. Chest open, chin slightly tucked. Inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back. Get steady on your feet with your knee over your ankle, then lower your left heel. Squeeze through your belly, press through your right foot, engage your left thigh, and inhale, windmill your arms up for warrior two. Warrior two, right knee bent, right toes facing the short end of your mat. Left pinky edge rolled downward, pressing the left pinky edge of your foot into your mat. Right hip tucked under, belly button pulled up and in, shoulders soft. Arms with energy, reaching front and back. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Hold on to your right wrist with your left hand. Take another inhale and reach back, up and over. Big stretch through your right side of your body. In through the nose, out through the nose. Make sure your right knee is hugging open so it stays over your ankle and stays safe. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Feel that big stretch through the right side of your body. Careful not to hyperextend your right knee. Deep breath. Reverse triangle variation. On your next inhale, fill your lungs deeply, and then exhale, bend your front knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Release your arms back to warrior two. Pause there for a breath. And then on your next inhale, take your back arm, bring it around to the front. Turn your hips to the front. You may need to step in an inch or two. Still pressing through the pinky edge of your left foot, but hips and shoulders now both facing the front of your mat. Deep breaths, warrior one. Remember your strong arms, energy in your fingers. Don't let them be floppy. Get some good muscle strength and toning in warrior one. Biceps by ears. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower your hands to eagle arms, left under right, squeezing at the elbow, squeezing at the wrist. Remember your hips still facing the front. Take an inhale, lift your elbows, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Remember your knee is still bent over your ankle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now release your hands to the inside. Walk your fingertips to the back. You get to see my rear end. Walk your fingertips back between your legs. So you almost have a right angle in your elbows. Head pressing down. Sacrum lifting up tall and opening. Careful not to hyperextend your knees. Deep breath. On your next inhale, walk your fingertips back under your shoulders. slowly and carefully turn back to the front of your mat, lifting your back heels. Now both of your fingertips, both hands are inside your right foot. Instead of framing the foot, they're to the inside. Your knee and left thigh are turned directly downward to the mat. You're in a version of lizard. You can walk your foot out a little toward the right, turn your toes a little to the right, sink your hips down for that stretch. Option to stay here, option to lower your knee if it feels better. After a couple of breaths, option to lower your forearms and elbows to the mat. Wherever you are, soften through your shoulders, soften through your neck. Let all the tension go from your face. Sink your hip down a little further. And breathe. And lizard. And then whenever you're ready, bring your palms back under your shoulders, walk your right foot back to where it was under your knee. Then bring your right hand to the outside. Keep walking your heel, tick-tocking your right foot over to that left side of the mat. Then lower your palms and lower your right calf and shin down onto the mat. Again, your right heel may come towards your hip flexor, and that's okay. The ideal world has it lined up like this. Not happening for me and probably a lot of other people. So once you're here with your right shin on the mat, begin to walk that left knee backwards. Your knee and thigh turn directly down onto the mat. Your toe can be tucked under if you like. Pause here for pigeon. The goal is a big stretch in this right hip. You can pause here or lower down. And this is your time. If you don't like your knee bent in half pigeon, lie on your back, cross your right ankle over your left knee, lift your left foot, reach around your knee and hold on to it. For a good hip stretch. Both are good. Deep breaths. Shooing away those stray thoughts, coming back to your breath, stay in the moment. Option to lower further down onto the mat if it feels good to you. Where can you relax? Where can you let go of tension in your body while you're in this half pigeon? Let something go. Soften your face, soften your shoulders, soften your forearms. Enjoy the sweet tension. No pain, come out of it. Go to that figure 4 or wait for us in child's pose if you don't like this. And whenever you're ready, rise back up. Hands under shoulders. Pause there, see how you feel. And again, the way to come out of this is to shift over onto your right hip. And then bring your back leg, the left leg, around to the front and cross it over for this seated twist. I'm going to face you. So if you were on your back and you're coming back up, your right leg is on the bottom, your left leg is on the top. So put your left knee, left foot flat on the floor as flat as you can. Lift your left knee up toward the ceiling. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale to the left and lower your arms. Right elbow comes outside left knee, or you can just hold on to your left knee. Not a lot of straining and tugging and pulling here. Just looking for a gentle release in your low back. Nice twist. Inhale, sits you up tall. Exhale, twist you a little more toward the back. And on your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right and lower for your counter twist. Feels so good. Inhale, arms reach up. Twist back to the front and exhale, lower. So uncross your legs, come back over onto your hands and knees to your table. Curl your toes under and press up to downward facing dog. Pause there for a couple of breaths, reset your spine, press away with your palms. Soften your shoulders into the socket. Lift your hips a little taller. Let your neck be free. Release your neck. Shake it yes, shake it no, gently. Press your heels toward the mat. Deep breaths. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, step forward. Maybe you step with your left foot this time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart center and down by your side. All right, one more little sequence. We'll sort of add on to that one. Inhale, fingertips rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back. Lower your right heel. Squeeze your belly, press through your left foot. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Pause there. Inhale, fingertips rise up. Grab your left wrist, reach back. Pause there for a couple of breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. On your next inhale, release your hands. Exhale, settle back down to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your left foot. Maybe tick-tock your back foot in just a tad. Remember, hips toward the long edge of the mat. Reach forward on your next inhale. Keep a micro bend in your front knee as not to hyperextend. Reach, 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 reach till you can't reach anymore. On your exhale, lower your hands for triangle. Fingertips reaching down towards your toe or back of your left hand, pressing into your ankle. If you have a block, you can use it here. Arms reaching right wide. Big stretch coming up this right side of the body with your left hips tucking under. Your back should be not leaning forward, but so that it could be flat against the wall. Remember that front knee not to hyperextend. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, keep that slight bend in your knee. Inhale, rise up. Drop your left fingers, reach up and over, reverse. Inhale, back to center. This time, bring your right arm forward, lift your back heel for crescent. Pause there, get steady on your feet, and then lower your back heel, pressing the pinky edge into the mat for warrior one. Left knee is bent, knee directly over ankle in the front, hips and torso toward the front of the mat. Right pinky edge really rolled open, pressing into the mat. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lower your arms, crossing eagle arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Use your core here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Pause here, or maybe let your elbows go further on the inside this time. Lowering your elbows and forearms and even your head down toward the mat. Pausing here. Left knee over ankle. Press your left knee into your left shoulder and your left shoulder into your left knee. Deep breaths. And release your hands. Gently, gently, gently walk your hands to the side. Turn your feet so they're parallel to the edge of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Walk your hands back behind you. Maybe the top of your head comes to the mat, maybe not. You can make your feet a little wider to try to get your feet there if you want. Deep breaths. Take your shoulders away from your ears, really opening up through the sacrum. And then walk your fingertips back under your shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale, walk your fingertips back toward the front of the mat. Now your hands are on the inside. Lower your knee down. Walk your left foot out toward the side of the mat. So your toes are turned out about 30 degrees. Let your left foot lift so that it rolls out to give you a little more opening through your left hip. If your knee doesn't like that, just put your foot back down, no big deal. You can open and stay there. The other caution of this is make sure that your knee is not still directly under, but a little inch or two forward of your knee. And then your foot can lift or not, and you can lower down to your forearms for this big hip opening, for your big expression of lizard pose. Find your breath. Settle into this posture for 3 or 4 breaths. Big hip opening. Again, your back knee can be lifted if it feels better to you, or on the ground. These deep stretches feel good. You stay in them for a little bit. Allow the muscles to release. Send breath to those sensations. Wherever you feel the stretch, imagine the breath and the oxygen flowing to those areas, bringing nutrients, enriching your joints, your bones, and your muscles. Whenever you're ready, put your foot back down flat, come back on your hands, walk your foot back in, bring your hand to the outside, keep tick-tocking your foot over, headed back to half pigeon again. So let your shin and calf come down to the earth, walk your right knee back. Option to go on your back again for figure 4. Deep breath. After a couple of breaths, you can settle down a little further. Continue walking that right knee back, pressing. So once you're into this, your goal is to press that, lower your right hip flexor, that area where your hip, where you have the bending at your hips, pressing that down to the earth. Pressing your left hip back and down, and your right hip crease forward and down. Or just settle into it and enjoy it, which is my favorite thing. A few more deep breaths. Remember those long 3 to 4 second inhales and long 3 to 4 second exhales. Where can you relax and release in this posture? Can you relax in your thighs, shoulders, face? It must come to an end. I really don't want it to. Bring your hands back under your shoulders and roll over onto that hip. Cross your left knee around, and for time's sake, we're going to go ahead and just move on to our table and move on to the other side. So come back to table, take an inhale, curl your toes under, exhale, lift your hips tall, a couple of deep breaths. Option for vinyasa here if you would like. I'll get one at the end. Inhale, look to your hands, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through your feet, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart center and down by your side. Let's get that left side done. Inhale, fingertips rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back. Lower your left heel. Press through your right foot and your left foot. Squeeze your belly. Windmill your arms up. Warrior two. Remember, hugging that right knee outward over the ankle, pressing through both feet. Roll that left pinky edge of your foot down. Engage your left thigh. Take another inhale and sink down into your warrior two. On your next inhale, reach your arms up. Grab onto your right wrist. Inhale up and then exhale up and over. Inhale, release. Exhale back down to your warrior two. Let's see, what do we do next? Inhale, straighten that front leg. Stand up tall. Take a big inhale. Exhale, reach with your right hand. Lower your right hand. Opening into your triangle. Remember, your back is flat and torso in line with the back leg. Fingertips reaching down, chest open, arms reaching apart. Micro bend in that front knee so as not to hyperextend. Deep breath. Looking for the big stretch right here. Big stretch up your left side of your body. On your next inhale, rise up. Tuck that foot back a little. Reach back for reverse triangle. Inhale, back up. Exhale, warrior two. I can't remember what's next, friends. Circle your left arm back to the front. Crescent pose, lift the back heel. So after you know that your hips are and torso are toward the front, lower your back heel for warrior one. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower your hands, left under right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Remember, right knee over right ankle. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Pause here. Maybe you sink down a little further, reaching your elbow and forearms toward the mat, pressing your right knee against your right shoulder. Pause there and breathe. Deep breaths. Knee over ankle, knee pressing into right shoulder, shoulder pressing into right knee, right pinky edge still pressing into the mat. Let your head hang. From here, release your hands. Walk your hands to the center. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Your feet are now parallel to the edge of the mat. You can press your palms on the mat. You can make a 90-degree angle. Bring your knees on top of that, or just stay in your wide leg forward fold. It's just a fun little thing. If it's in your practice, you can try it. That's that teddy bear triangle pose. Deep breaths, or if it's in your practice, big headstand. I do it near the wall. Deep breaths. If you're in a headstand, take another couple of deep breaths, and then lower back down. Big inhale. Walk your fingertips toward the front of the mat. Back to your lizard. Both hands are in the side, top of your knee and thigh, or down toward the mat. Pause there. Walk your heel and toes, open your toes toward the right edge of the mat. Tilt your foot, lift that inner edge of your foot. If it feels good to you, you can stay there or put it back down flat if it bothers your knee. Make sure your heel is a little in front of your knee. And then, as you're ready, lower down for your deep lizard. You can pause there. Big opening through that inner hip on the right side. Find a place to soften, face, shoulders. And whenever you're ready, come back up onto your palms. Begin walking your right foot toward the left side of your mat. Then lower that right shin and calf down, knowing that your heel may go towards your hip. That's perfectly fine. Then begin walking your left knee backwards. Knee and thigh directly behind you. Take a glance if it's out to the side. That's not what we're looking for. Take another inhale. And then exhale, lower down as you wish, or stay up if it feels good to you. Feel free to lie on your back and take the figure 4 again. It would be the right ankle on top of left knee. Pause for a couple of breaths and then lower down for some good juicy breaths in half pigeon. You can untuck your toes. Make adjustments as needed. Deep breaths. Again, sending that juicy oxygen to the areas where you feel the stretch. As you take those deep breaths, it really does aid in the stretch. Enjoy a couple more breaths. Whenever you're ready, rise back up. Hands come under your shoulders. Shift your weight over to the right. Bring your left foot around. Take a cross-leg position and roll forward. Come to your tabletop. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips tall. Pedal out. And here's your option. Stay here for 5 deep breaths or come with me for a vinyasa. If you're coming with me, inhale, shift forward, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog with your knees up or lower them down for cobra. Exhale, curl over your feet, downward facing dog, joining everyone. Pause here. And then, whenever you're ready, walk your toes in towards your hands and make your way down onto the back. Once you arrive, sit tall. Put your hands under your knees so that you can really sit up tall with your spine reaching tall to the ceiling. Lift your knees and pause right here. Option to reach your hands forward and pause there for 5 breaths. Option to lean back and forward on your breath. Inhale back, exhale forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. Take a little breath and we'll do it again with the full expression, extending our legs long with a hollow belly. So options, stay right here, even keep your feet down, but engage your belly for 5 more breaths, or come with me. Take a big inhale, exhale long, inhale, come up. I'm saying, sorry, I got my breaths backwards. Inhale long, exhale, come up. Inhale long, exhale, come up. Inhale long, or you can breathe opposite this if you like. And take a break. Take an inhale, sit tall. Exhale, round. Take a little break. And then come over onto your knees. Standing on your knees, if you will. Headed for camel. Take any variation of camel that you like. I like to curl my toes under. The caution with camel is don't let your knees flare out, splay out, because it can cause some tension on your knees. I found that out the hard way. So bring your hands behind you so that your fingers are going down into your pockets. Open up through your chest, bring your elbows together. Take an inhale as you open your chest, keeping your neck long. Exhale, press your hips forward. You are in camel. Pause right there. Deep breaths. Remember not to let your knees go apart. They need to be in line with your hips. 5 deep breaths. Really pressing your hip bones forward, making a C with your back, the letter C. And inhale, come back up and sit down. We'll do one more. Option to repeat that version of camel or lower your hands to your heels. Come back up onto your knees, curl your toes under. Bring your hands back into your back pockets, press your hips forward, take a big inhale. Begin breathing deeply. If you're coming with me, inhale, reach your right arm up overhead and lower it to your heel. Inhale, left arm comes up, lower it to your heel. And then really lift your chest, press your hips forward. Option to keep your neck long, or if you know it doesn't bother your neck, you can let it hang. Deep breaths, no drama. 1, pressing your hips forward. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. And sit back on your heels. I release that kind of fast, just so you know, if you take one hand up at a time, it's probably a little safer. Pause there, let your heart rate come back down. And then send your feet long. Bring your hands forward, slowly roll back, 1 vertebrae at a time. Send your feet long. A couple of deep breaths. Let's just do 1 spinal twist. Bend your knee about 90 degrees. Send your arms out to the side. Cactus arms are straight. You can bring your left hand to your right knee if you want, and let your right knee fall across your body. Heavy through your right shoulder. Right chin goes to right shoulder. Relax here. And release. Send your right leg long, bend your left knee, bring it to 90 degrees. Let your left knee fall across your body. Left shoulder heavy, look over toward the left. Deep breaths. And whenever you're ready, come back to center. I'd like you to hug your knees in tight. Hold on to your wrists, forearms, your elbows. Rock side to side. Release your back. Let your neck be long. Press that back of your neck into the mat. Come to stillness. Hug it in. Press your low back into the mat. Let your feet be floppy. Take a couple of breaths here. And whenever you're ready, release your feet, send your right leg long, send your left leg long, let your toes flop open, let your palms open. Position your shoulder blades under your chest so you're comfy. Wiggle your neck side to side and come to stillness. Relax through your feet. Relax your calves and shins. Tell your thighs to relax. Your quads, your hamstrings work so hard for you today. Relax your belly, relax your bum. Relax your hips. Relax your chest and shoulders, arms and fingertips. and especially your neck, your jaw, and your face. Let all the skin on your face, your brow, your cheeks, let it relax. Pause there for a few breaths. If you have time, you can listen to some of my favorite readings. Let your eyes be closed. Let your breath come natural. Enjoy the stillness. Enjoy the quiet. One of my favorite Psalms, so you get poetry today. Psalm 91. Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him. For he will rescue you from every trap and protect you from deadly disease. He will cover you with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promises are your armor and protection. Do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the arrow that flies in the day. Do not dread the diseases that stalk in darkness, nor the disaster that strikes at midday. Though 1,000 fall at your side, though 10,000 are dying around you, these evils will not touch you. Just open your eyes and see how the wicked are punished. If you make the Lord your refuge, if you make the Most High your shelter, no evil will conquer you. No plague will come near your home, for he will order his angels to protect you wherever you go. They will hold you up with their hands so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone. You will trample upon lions and cobras. You will crush fierce lions and serpents under your feet. The Lord says, I will rescue those who love me. I will protect those who trust in my name. When they call on me, I will answer. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue and honor them. I will reward them with a long life and give them my salvation. Take a couple of deep breaths. Bring your hands to heart center in gratitude. Namaste and blessings, my friends.